Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? This time we're going to uncover the story of a truly remarkable inventor you might not have heard of, Charles S.L. Baker.
Definitely a name that deserves more recognition.
Right. And thankfully we got some great excerpts here from Paste to Text to help guide us through his life and work. I think what's fascinating about Baker is the time period he lived in, late 19th, early 20th century America. We often think of that as this distant past, but it's really not that long ago.
Not at all. And it's crucial to remember the context, right? This was a time when segregation was deeply entrenched in American society. Opportunities for African Americans were severely limited.
Yeah, it's hard to even fathom the kind of barriers people faced back then just because of the color of their skin.
Absolutely. And that's what makes Baker's story even more incredible. I mean, think about it. Access to even basic education was often denied to Black individuals.
It's mind-boggling. And yet, here's Charles S.L. Baker, a self-taught inventor.
And not just dabbling either. We're talking about a deep understanding of complex engineering principles. The sources really highlight how he achieved this level of mastery without formal schooling, mentorship, or even access to the same resources that were available to his white counterparts.
Wow. I mean, I struggle to follow those picture instructions for IKEA furniture. To teach yourself engineering.
Yeah.
That takes serious grit and determination.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about Baker's character and his unwavering pursuit of knowledge.
So let's dive into the problem that sparked his inventive spirit. What was home heating like back then? I'm guessing it wasn't as simple as adjusting a thermostat.
No smart thermostats back then. People relied on coal, wood, and other fuels that were, well, to put it mildly, not very efficient.
I can imagine. Soot everywhere. Probably not great for the air quality either.
Exactly. And expensive, too. This wasn't just a minor inconvenience. It was a genuine problem that impacted people's health, their wallets, and the environment.
Enter Charles S.L. Baker with a game-changing solution. The friction heater.
I know, right? You hear friction heater, and it almost sounds too simple.
Yeah, like rubbing two sticks together.
Yeah.
How did he turn friction into a viable way to heat an entire home?
Well, his design involved rotating metal plates. And get this. The sources suggest he likely used readily available materials like iron. So we're talking ingenuity coupled with practicality. These plates, when spun at high speed, generated heat through friction.
Okay, so simple in theory, but obviously much more complex in execution.
Exactly. What's really striking is that Baker didn't just try to improve on existing heating methods. He created a fundamentally different approach.
That's the mark of a true innovator, right? Thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
So in 1903, Baker received a patent for his friction heater. Now, a patent in itself is a big deal.
It is. It signifies that the government recognizes the invention as unique and the inventor's intellectual property rights.
But I imagine for a Black inventor in 1903, it was even more significant.
You are absolutely right. The patent system was known to be biased against African American inventors. In fact, there are many documented instances of their inventions being copied, stolen, or flat out rejected.
Wow, it's infuriating and heartbreaking to think about all that potential being stifled.
It is. So for Baker to navigate that system and secure a patent for his invention, that's a testament to his perseverance and a victory against the odds.
It's a shame, though, that despite his ingenuity, the friction heater never really took off.
It is a bit of a mystery, isn't it? You'd think a solution to such a common problem would be embraced.
Yeah, it's a reminder that brilliant inventions don't always equal market success. There are so many factors at play.
Absolutely. And sadly, many of the same systemic barriers that existed within the patent system likely hindered Baker's ability to bring his invention to the masses.
So we're talking lack of access to capital, marketing challenges.
Exactly. And let's be real, there was probably a lot of prejudice involved too. People might have been hesitant to trust or invest in a product created by a Black inventor.
It's a stark reminder that innovation doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
It's always intertwined with the social and economic realities of the time.
Absolutely. Baker's story is a powerful example of how societal forces can impact even the most brilliant ideas.
Which makes it even more important to celebrate his achievements and learn from his story. I mean, his perseverance in the face of overwhelming odds is incredibly inspiring.
It really makes you wonder, how many other Charles S.L. Bakers are out there? How many brilliant minds have been overlooked or forgotten simply because of the circumstances they were born into?
That's why uncovering these hidden stories is so crucial. They challenge our understanding of history and remind us that progress is often driven by those who dare to think differently.
Precisely. And thankfully, there are organizations like African Archives dedicated to preserving these legacies and making sure these stories are heard.
It's our responsibility to support their work and make sure that people like Charles S.L. Baker get the recognition they deserve. So the next time you're adjusting your thermostat, take a moment to think about Baker and his friction heater.
It's a powerful reminder that innovation can come from the most unexpected places, and that overcoming adversity to achieve your dreams is possible.
And it makes you wonder what other groundbreaking inventions are out there waiting to be rediscovered, hidden within the pages of history. That's something worth pondering.
Definitely food for thought. And a reminder to keep an open mind about where brilliance might emerge from.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.
See you then.